As crazy as it may seem, with the rain that's coming down on and off, I saw a small window of opportunity to fish the last 2.5 hours of the high tide. I chose the Stamco spot because the old Stamco, shall I add, because I know that I'm probably the only one that's going to be fishing down there, and the chances of me getting on a reasonable spot to catch is actually pretty good. That is off the groin wall. You're into much deeper water there, and that's where I'm heading now. It's raining already. Let's get that on there. 2.5 hours if I don't get too wet. Gonna fish off that groin wall. Nice and flat there, get a nice pendulum cast off there. It's actually only been more recent that I've been using my DJI Osmo Action 4. And it makes me wonder whether this is something that I'm going to be doing more of during the coming winter time. I'm going to put this on, and my Spod Rod is going to have this boom rig on there for the flatties. It's actually quite a high tide today at 7.26. We don't want massive line length because it's a little bit choppier today. When it's choppier, we want the snood length to be shorter. Good chance to check out what these lug are like today. So we have a small bundle and we have a larger one. We're going to go for the larger one for the moment. These lug are about 4-8 days old, something like that. Actually, I did write the date on them actually. 9th of September I got these lug. Yeah, they're alright. They're still fine. Once I get these two out, I can just relax a little bit more. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 bits of lug on this, I think. No, we'll put one on. Let's put the one on just to start with. Could have waited longer, but it went out a very, very long way. Very happy with that. Okay. That's another short snood one. I shall use this. And again, a 5-ounce lead will be absolutely fine for this. If it doesn't anchor, I will put a bigger lead on there. Now these are the Cascade swivels that work really well. Let's get that. There you go, these ones here. You see, they're on a barrel swivel. They've got a much more better angle to them, a 90-degree hook on them. These only have a 12 and a 13-inch snood. Good for rougher seas, That's still with this other rod there. I think I might put a gripper lead on there. There you have 4 to start with and see how we go. It's okay at the moment. Spooligan, nice and flexible. Not used it yet, but we will see how reliable it is in use. The tide's really pushing in. It's actually nice to see for once, actually, a bit of movement in the water. That one's all right at the top, actually. I changed the lead so it grips, but I think the boom was actually all right for the moment. Certainly good enough to be putting on there. So yeah, there's a smaller lug. Perfect for the boom rig. Yeah, it's not worth getting any closer. Just try and get that rig out. Although I'm not used to using this one yet, so tidal movement could be doing it. I'm not used to what to expect from this. Until I know how this rod behaves, I'm not going to know whether I'm on or not. Yeah, I think there's something on. Yeah, we've got a fish on. Yeah. There we go, lovely bass. Oh. There you go. So we've got ourselves a nice little bass here. Just going to give it a bit of a measure, see how big it is. So we can keep this one. It's a 42 centimetre, 16.5 inches from tail. See there, it's actually 17 inches. Gives us a 43. So I will dispatch that and we will keep that. So that's the first bass I've had this year. While the rod's in, I'm going to bring the other rod in. Okay, so that was seaweed. I've got the next rig all ready to put out there, so. But so far, one to the carp rod. Right, let's put this one out. I should have waited longer, but that's what fishing does. It makes you a bit more, less patient, a bit more eager. That went out a flipping long way. Again, little tiny lugworm, but they've got a bit of meat on them. Ideal for the smaller hooks on there. Left rod again is going. And it's just going down the side of the wall. Not too close, but down the side of it. So I've only got 3 left of these, of the bigger ones. So that was a nice first catch. That's it. Little spots of rain here and there. Look at those waves! Woohoo! Right, nothing on there. So that's about 40 yards out. So big swells today. Thought I'd get out despite there being rain on and off. You can see there's some nice movement. This is what we need to catch a fish. So I've already caught a bass, and 2 rods are out. So far the Spod Rod is the one that I caught on, and it's on a boom rig. The other one to the right is my Century Tip Tornado Super Match, and that's way out there. That's about 150, 160 yards out. Oh, there you go, look at that. Got that on camera. Rain's starting to stop a little bit now. I'm hoping to catch something on the Century rod. It's 2:13 and we've got until 3:30 to the high tide. Right, we'll get some more lug on there. I'll bring in the other one, see how that's doing. Here's my free lug with the boom. Nothing on the top one. I think I've got one more cast out of this, so on the Portsmouth rig. I haven't caught nothing on the Portsmouth rig yet. The reason I have to keep my rod over like that to the edge more is simply because the line that's down the edge there on the Spod Rod will actually get caught up in the rocks. The right rod is much further out over to the left. Gotta watch that this Spod Rod don't go flying into the water. Loosen off that drag just a little bit. Okay, so I've got 4 lug left. So that's one rig left there, and I've got 2 lug left for the next boom. It'd be nice to get to at least sort of 3 o'clock-ish, at least then. And it's 2:34 at the moment. Absolutely nothing left on there. Good job I didn't leave it any longer. It's totally stripped. That lead's actually a 6 ounce on there, and that red one. This one's a 5. So my hooks are actually being bent. So it's catching up on something when I'm bringing it in. See if we can get ourselves to 3 o'clock at least, then we'll be okay. So that's better. The wires are now orientated to grip. Right, time to bring that pod rod in. Don't feel like there's anything on it. No, nothing on it. And when I get it above the water, so we don't get it snagged up on the rock edge. I think for my next last cast, I'm going to put out a wishbone rig. It's actually a running ledger wishbone rig. This one's getting caught up and tangled up quite a bit now. A little bit too rough for it. But it's done well. It's done very well today, so that's caught us a bass today. It's been very good for us today, this rig. So this is a clip down running ledger. got only size 4 hooks on this one, so it's designed for small fish, and that gets hooked onto here like that, and the top end is the actual running ledger end, the as we'll see when we actually bring this up, I believe. It might be just no, this one is just purely wishbone by the looks of it. Okay, I've got one that's very similar to this, you see. So this is just purely the wishbone one. These look like brand new hooks. They are brand new hooks. This one's not been fished before then. Well, if it has, only been out once maybe, but I don't think it has. Nice and streamlined, as you can see. Got that about 100 yards, that one. It's actually nearly 3 o'clock, so I will bring in the left rod at 3. The right one's actually gone under, but it looks like. Hey, what's this going on here? Yeah, this reel's getting stuck. That's why. Knew there was something up. Would have liked to anchored it down, but it's it's broke loose. Yeah, got a bit of tugging on there. Yes, 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 yes. We are on. We are on. Hey! Good old Spod Rod, second fish. It looks like it's an eel. Yeah, it's an eel. It's a different type of bite with the eel. It's much more of a tug. Much more of a tug when it comes to the eels. They've got a tap, 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 and then sudden pull. I think there's a little kid over there that might want to have a look at it. There you go. Not the nicest of things, but it's a catch. All muscle, these things are, all muscle. So we're getting back in the sea. Say goodbye to the viewers. And off he goes. That's 2 fish now caught on this rod. Now the winding up that you see on this, it's nothing to do with the rig. He was spinning in the water, winding this rig up. And that's why it's so much like what it is. He's having a very, very good spin in there. Now, I've got no more baits, but this bait isn't that old, to be quite honest with you. So I'm gonna just reposition this bait on there again and just put it back out. That was an easy 100 yards again. Nothing on there. I've got this other Portsmouth rig to sit in there. It's got one skinny little bit of lug on there. And I won't put that out too far, but I will clip it down so it doesn't get ripped to pieces off the shingle. I'm going to change these cascades. I don't like these ones. That was a nice cast. I'm definitely finding myself taking a wider arc, for definite. That was a lovely trajectory as well. But it doesn't look like it's anchored. I did cast right front for the middle there, as you saw. But that line, the wind sweeping from right to left, westerly wind. So this is the Portsmouth rig, 18 snood lengths on that, 2.0 mustard Nordic bends on that one. That didn't catch anything for us today. Starting to rain a little bit now. Wind's picking up. I think what I'll do is I'll attempt to get my Century Tip Tornado Supermax graphics in. It's only got a sliver of a little bit of a lug on there. So I'll get that in, get that packed up, and my car's only parked up. It's in visual sight right now, so don't have to go too far to get it all back in there. It's definitely to the far left, if not right out the side of that wall. We'll try our best to get it back. So far, so good. Surprising how that's pulled out over so much. It really is. But I got it back anyway, so that's good. No, nothing on there. Wishbone long. That's the one. So today was a successful day. We caught 2 fish, a bass, which was a keeper at 43 centimetres, 17 inches, and an eel. It's raining now, I'm packing up, it's coming up to just past 3 o'clock now, and it's 3:30 at the high tide. I've got no more bait left, so now it's time to head home.